The number of coronavirus cases continuing to rise. The death toll has now crossed the 1,000 mark after China recorded 108 new deaths, bringing the death toll to 1,016 across mainland China. The confirmed cases now standing at more than 42,600. The death toll has exceeded the 2003 SARS outbreak figures. However, Beijing's stance remains clear that the coronavirus outbreak is not worse than SARS. Wuhan, which remains the worst hit, has started a full-front disinfection drive on the streets to contain the spread. Meanwhile, a video was released of a medic performing a Chinese traditional martial art called Qigong in one of the quarantine chambers. Qigong is a healing technique used for the body and mind. Remember, it's been more than a month since the world has been reeling under this outbreak. President Xi Jinping was earlier seen visiting a residential area and a hospital to check on the prevention and control work which is underway. During his meetings, he urged the people and the medical staff to have full confidence in China's ability to win this battle against the deadly disease.
但是你一定要有信心，没问题，一定可以克服这场疫情，一定能打赢，信心百倍的打好这一场阻击战，总体战，打好这一场人民战争，我们一定要树立信心，一定会胜利的。
We now get you a report from the London School of Hygiene and Tropical Medicine. The novel coronavirus, as per this study, may infect at least 500,000 people in Wuhan by the time it peaks in the coming weeks, and nearly 10 million people are still at the risk of getting infected in Wuhan. A mathematical model used by the institution has predicted that at least 1 in 20 people would be infected in the city of Wuhan by the time the epidemic peaks in mid-February. The report also claims that the current data does not reflect all the infected cases. Remember, this has been claimed by several scholars across the world that China has been underreporting the extent of the crisis. Researchers have also been saying that if measures taken so far to contain the spread prove to be effective, then the cases may dramatically reduce in the 3rd or 4th week of February. Meanwhile, Hong Kong Chief Executive Carrie Lam has appealed to the residents to stay indoors as much as possible. This after 2 people living in the same building were diagnosed with the infection. She also asked those who are quarantined to follow the instructions, or they could stare at punishment.
需要強調咧，當然我哋係講話呢一套措施最佳嘅成效咧，都希望接受檢疫嘅人士咧係自律去遵從，否則咧就係負上刑責係最高入獄係6個月，罰款咧25,000。
Amid that outbreak, reports have emerged mentioning that the levels of sulfur dioxide are extremely high in several parts of China. A satellite map captured over the weekend in Wuhan, which is the epicenter of the outbreak, and Chongqing, shows that the areas have alarming sulfur dioxide levels. The level in Wuhan was at a staggering 1,350 micrograms per cubic meter. Scientists believe that this is produced when bodies are cremated and also when medical waste is incinerated. Many are attributing also this also to a piece of evidence that this is a sure sign of large numbers of dead bodies being burned, but this does not stand as proof, as the high sulfur dioxide levels could also be attributed to the burning of fossil fuels like coal and oil. A Chinese news agency has also claimed that the dead bodies are being sent directly from hospitals without being properly identified and added to the official records. This brings us back to the many reports that suggest that China is trying to conceal the actual number of deaths. Chinese authorities have ordered that coronavirus victims should be cremated in low-key funerals and has banned large public gatherings. Earlier this month, it was advised that the bodies should be cremated close by and immediately. Our correspondent Patrick Falk has been tracking the very latest, sent us this report from Hong Kong. Take a look.
Well, in Hong Kong, there's been renewed fears of a possible wider outbreak. There have been reports suggesting that some people in a residential building might have been infected through the drainage. Now, that hasn't been confirmed as of yet, but authorities evacuated residents from a building last night. It's also prompted South Korea and Taiwan to sound the alarm over this possibility. So some serious concerns here. And the WHO has already been talking about the possibility of wider outbreaks being the tip of the iceberg, the ones that are happening outside of China and the cases that we know about. There have been separate developments with sort of mixed results, if you like, in Hong Kong. On Sunday, the cruise boat that had 3,600 passengers on board were allowed to leave after they all tested negative for the coronavirus. That ship had been docked there since Wednesday over fears that passengers may have been exposed to the disease. And then on Monday, or late on Sunday night rather, authorities revealed that there were 10 new confirmed cases of infections, 9 of those from the same family who had shared a hot pot meal together. That brings the total number of infections in Hong Kong to 36. So, as I say, there's a lot of concern here in Hong Kong that there may be more cases still to come. Yeah, that's right. President Xi, as we know, was seen yesterday in Beijing going to visit patients and going to visit a disease prevention control center. That was an important visual for people in China to see. There had been some discussion going on in China that President Xi didn't go to Wuhan city himself. He'd sent Premier Li Keqiang to do that several days ago. And in fact, the president has been mostly out of sight for the last couple of weeks. So it was important for him to be seen here, particularly because people are still feeling very raw about the death of Dr. Li Wenliang. He's been a symbol, if you like, of the political missteps that have been made, and that's created a backlash for the central government. And President Xi Jinping has needed to go out there and show a softer touch, if you like, and go and see people, and for people to see that the central government really cares and concerns for people as a result of this outbreak.